3, 2, 1. That wasn't bad.
We're getting it, right? Thank you. Yeah, we got it, dude.
We're finally figuring it out. Episode 163. 163 episodes later. We're figuring it out. It's okay. Hey, that's what this podcast, this isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. This episode, we got myself, Dave Drakes, Ethan producing behind the computer. We're going to be answering a whole bunch of Coaching Wanted questions, which will be fun. And before we get there, we're on tour. I just had South Fork in Virginia yesterday, which, Dave, I do want to talk to you about that a little bit before we get to the Coaching Wanted.
Jealous that I was not there, dude, because
it was two tracks that I really want to hit. It was a FOMO session for sure. Like there was, we had a bunch of OGs there, but we're on tour. So what do we got coming up next? We have Heart Bar MX, which is me in New Mexico. The reason I know that's me is because I'm pissed. I have to connect twice and then drive 2 hours from the airport to the track once I get there. So
no, dude.
If you're in New Mexico, you're welcome, because I won't be coming back to that. We got to figure out a different way for me to get there, because connecting twice and then driving 2 hours from the airport to the track once I've connected twice is not acceptable. So, but anyhow, that should be fun, even though it pisses me off. After that, we got CDG in Spain. So that would be Coach Alessandro and Kaida Wolf, which will be epic. MX2 champ and runner-up in the championship this year.
Yeah,
we had the person that beat him.
He is a beast.
Yeah. Ugh. Really cool technique, like cool style too. Yes. So he'll be, and a cool personality. So he's going to be that's going to be fun. We'll get some good content with that. Al will be going there, tour manager Al. So we'll get some good content from that. Then we're going to Alabama, November 22nd. Then we're going to California. Coach Ty will be at MMX. That's the 24th. Also on the 24th, Coach Mitchell will be in New Jersey at Facility 15. That class has been selling spots like crazy. So that would be a cool one. Wow. North Carolina on the 28th of November. Elevation MX with Coach Ty.
I heard that's a cool track.
Yeah, I have as well. I've heard good things about that place. And so a bunch of these are places that we haven't been, by the way. And then we've got PAX Track, which we hit PAX Tracks last year, and that one went really well with Coach Mitchell. So he'll be back this year, December 1st. Then December 6th, I'll be at DeSoto MX in Louisiana. What else? I'll do a couple more here. Then we got California, Club Moto. That track's awesome. That's December 8th. December 12th, we've got MX191 in Milton, Florida. Shout out Josh, the owner of that track. Really, really cool facility. Amazing location. It's in the panhandle of Florida. So if you haven't been there, go check it out. December 12th, Coach Ty will also, dividing and conquering here, he'll be at Rio Bravo MX in Houston. Then we got Coach Mitchell going to CGI facility. So that will be a little site lap for the 5-day camp we have going on there. And then December 19th, Arcola MX in Louisiana. I can't tell who that class is based on this picture, but maybe that's a me one. No idea.
Where's CGI?
CGI is South Carolina. And that is one that we're doing a 5-day camp at in 26 at some point. I don't know what month, but
maybe that's where I heard of it. Cause I've heard that place before too.
So Josh Hill has got some cool content there of him jumping huge stuff.
Yeah.
What's not Patrick, does crazy whips on the Stark. Thomas rides there a lot. Yeah. So you've shout out to
him, dude. I just want to give another shout out to Nick Thomasounis, dude, because that guy has been going since you and I talked about him last. I feel like his whips only got bigger to the point where it's like I want to practice whips, but I know I will never get to that point. So it's like, why even bother?
But it is a good example. Matter of fact, I was thinking about him this morning when I was on a walk by myself for some reason. No idea why. Oh, I know why. Weird. No homo.
Weird, but cool.
Because I was looking at the field in our backyard, and I was trying to picture, okay, if I built like a track here, what would I want it to be like? And then I started thinking about, well, I would definitely want like a freestyle ramp setup just for fun and to practice whips. And then I started thinking about Patrick Evans and Thomas on the Starks and how big they can whip.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started thinking about how that is literally just the product of practicing it over and over and over again.
Yes. And
Because
that's what's cool.
Yeah,
Is
it is.
like,
It is.
I
Cool.
commend, like, because you can tell the progression of Thomas and even all these other guys, dude, like Patrick Evans, like they were throwing big ones for sure. Like, you know, at any track, people will be like, wow, that's really cool. But then they just perfected and kept putting in the work over and over and over, and you see all the content. And it's like, holy crap. And like, dude, like I watch your whips, AJ, and I'm like, dude, that's freaking sick. And then you watch like a Thomas Souness upside down, and it's like, how is that even possible? You know what I mean?
Yeah, just do it every single day.
Ugh.
And also what those guys are doing, two things that people can learn from this is one, they're filming themselves and watching it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think when you're experimenting and trying something new and trying to get better quickly, study footage so you can have awareness of, okay, that I know what that felt like, but good. Now I'm glad I know what that looks like, right? So you can start to kind of put the two together. And then what they've also been doing a good job of is documenting it and putting it on social media. And I can't stress enough to you guys. I feel like I almost didn't start my YouTube channel when I started it because I thought it was too late. And this was in 2017 or 2016. And I thought it was too late then. You're always going to have those reservations at the beginning. You'll always be having those insecurities at the beginning of like, who am I to be putting this out?
Always going to feel awkward and all that.
Who's going to want to watch it, you know? But in this day and age, especially, it's more important now than ever for any brand that you're building. I don't care if, I think Dave, you and I we got the question from Kyle 17 last podcast asking about the car wash business. And it's like, I don't care if you have a car wash business or you want to be a dirt bike rider and an influencer in that sense. You need to be leveraging social media and just be posting every single day because that organic content it's king.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yep. That unfiltered view, like, yeah, it's everybody, dude. Like, I can't, like, just using it for an example, you know how many people would watch like the cool stuff that EQ gets to do on like a weekly basis? Like that stuff would be so fire, dude. Like that would be super cool because there's so many people that want to be that and like want that blueprint to be something. You know what I mean? And like leaving, like I said, leaving the content, showing the progression. That like that's key for a lot of people. That's like motivation. That's, you know, I think that's pretty sick.
Yeah, and for those also that are like, well, I don't know what I want to do. Just everybody has an inkling of something that they like or desire that they have or something that they feel like they want, and just follow that. Just follow that. And if you when you follow that, what will happen is you'll find yourself and you'll find your voice and you'll find your niche and the thing that separates you from everybody else. Everybody's different. Even if it's something that feels similar to something that somebody else is doing, it just because it's you, it will have that different flair. It'll have that. I mean, lean into it, guys. If you don't know where to begin, a lot of people are taking advantage of this, getting inside the app and messaging me or being in the mastermind and asking questions on the live streams.
Yes.
Do not be afraid to do that because I wasted many years not being able to have a mentor or a group of people around me that were doing the thing that I wanted to do. And I didn't really know, I was sort of lost and fumbling around. Right. And I wasted a lot of time. I wasted 10 to 15 years easily, just basically chasing my tail in circles. But
it's worth its weight in gold to have that direction. Dude. I mean, there's so many gurus inside the app too, that are just people that I know you and I would text about stuff like, dude, GP, premix, driver Jamie, heck, dude, EQ. I can like ask him stuff. Mitch, like there's so many people that are so positive and like you can have your community to help kind of steer you in the right direction with things. It's worth its weight in gold, man. It really is.
100%. Also, before we get to coaching wanted questions, Dave, I went to South Fork for class yesterday.
Walk me through that, dude.
We had, I'm going to forget people here, but bear with me. We had Pleasantly Plump. We had Vens. We had Driver Jamie. We had Matt Flood. We had
wait, what?
We had Barry Keller. We had there's so many more, and I'm gonna forget them.
Dude, you had all the boys there. What do you?
Kyle 17,
Oh shoot,
Dylan.
we had Dylan Miller, his first ride back from breaking his back
Oh,
or his
how's
neck
he
or that
doing?
injury.
How's he looking?
Great, looked amazing on the bike, super
Awesome.
smooth. He
Awesome.
looked great. Kyle 17 was there, looking ridiculously good. I mean, I almost need to tell him to stop coming to classes because he's making me look bad. Um, like it looks just so pro on the bike, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Crap, and we had definitely at least a handful of other app members there as well. So shout out to you guys. It was perfect weather. The track owner, I think his name is Mike, does such a good job of that place. Like just like most track owners, I mean, he puts his heart and soul into it. He prepped the thing so perfect, and then he would go around with the water truck basically all day when it almost didn't even really need it, but he stayed just ahead of it enough to where it had that crazy tacky feeling the whole day, all the way to 5 p.m., which is pretty unheard of. And that track's cool. It's got a bunch of fun scrub jumps, some really fun like little whip tabletops. It ruts up just enough to where it's perfect for class. Yeah, it was good to have, for me, it was cool to have Matt Flood and Jamie back.
Yeah, dude.
Back together. It felt like it brought back some nice nostalgia of, a year and a half, 2 years ago. Matt Flood, for those of you that don't know, he was a heavy part of the app, and then he was spending a ton of time at the police academy. Well, he was a Marine, and then he was finished with the Marines, and then decided to become a police officer, and now he's all dialed in, and he's a police officer now in Indiana, maybe. Is that right? Don't know. And now he's got a little bit more time now that he's out of the academy.
Yeah,
which is cool. So he's been really heavy back in the app, which is awesome, and we're gonna have him hopefully at
one of the nicest guys.
Yeah, it's super knowledgeable and very much
a sweet dude.
Very much on the same wavelength as me, which is cool. Him and I have funny conversations about him being out on patrol as a police officer, right? And I'm like, man, that sounds like such a fun job because you're catching people at their low, right? You're a lot of times you're getting people in these highly distressful moments, and maybe they're getting arrested, or who knows, like they're in a low moment of their life. And so to be able to approach that from a really open-minded, ego aside, empathetic way, and kind of try to see how you can navigate that conversation to make them cooperate and cooperate. I just feel like for me that would be crazy interesting. So yeah, shout out Matt Flood. Also, totally forgot that I had a YZ450 brand new sitting waiting there for me. So I had a YZ450 there in mine.
Yeah,
forgot about it. And
did we touch it at all? Did you go through it at all, or is it literally just like showroom floor bone stock?
Yeah, good question. So Jamie, I had no idea. So Jamie put the Phoenix Moto Academy bars on there. Right, so we have the handlebars on. He put a Guts wing seat on it. Okay. Awesome, which is perfect. Sorry, Dave. And
I love Guts. Guts seats are sick. The wing seat and me did not get along though.
Yeah, and the Yamaha, you got to try it on some different bikes. You'll have to try it on the Yamaha and see what you think. Because this one especially, even though it was brand new, it already was so soft, and it was just perfect grip for my knees. Perfect. And it felt perfect on the Yamaha.
So we'll, or I have the regular Guts seat for the gas that I'm excited to put on. But
yep.
Yeah, maybe I'll try it on your bike and see if I like it because, dude.
Yeah, stay open-minded because on the KTM I tried it on in the past, I didn't like it, but on this Yamaha, it's very, very good. And then Jamie did the suspension, and so nice. He set it up for. I told him to set it up for like a basically almost like a vet C rider.
Okay.
It literally is what I told him. I'm like, just make it so soft to where you're like, this is gonna be wrong. I know it's gonna be wrong, but I'm like, Jamie, just do it and just see what happens. And I love it. And it's almost borderline a little bit too stiff. Now it doesn't.
What?
Where I needed a little softer, and he was actually able to do some rebound adjustments, and I think we got it pretty close. There was a little too much feedback and kind of rigidity right at the top part of the stroke. Like exiting corners. So like, I guess mostly in the shock, right? Exiting corners under acceleration, it just felt a little stuttery, but he adjusted rebound and we were able to get that to go away. And then maybe if I had to complain about anything else, it was lacking a little bit of bottoming resistance. But for me, I don't mind that at all. I hop on way too many students' bikes and realize, dude, this is way too stiff for what you need it for. Like you have this bike set up as if somebody was going to drop you out of a building and you just needed it to withstand 100-foot jump to the flat.
Yeah.
It might help you in that situation, but anything else, you're just going to be feeling like you're on wooden boards. So for me, I always want my bike set up for the annoying stuff. And when I say annoying stuff, it's that little annoying chatter. It's that little annoying chatter coming into the corners, the annoying chatter coming out.
Yeah.
Because that's where I want it to feel good. Big braking bumps, I don't need bottoming resistance. I'll jump through them. I'll be smooth. Jumps, I'll downside them. I'm fine. I can handle it. And yeah, so this is one of the right away one of the better handling bikes I've ridden in a while. So I was pumped, and it's an absolute freaking rocket ship.
So yeah, that's my second question. Was I wanted you to compare it to the Honda, and like what made you go blue? Because we haven't, dude. When's the last time you rode a Yamaha regularly? I think it was 2017.
I rode one in West Coast.
Is that Slater?
Supercross for Slater Skins, and then I rode one for Olin's Yamaha in 2011. So that's only 2 times I've ridden
old. Good God, yeah, the Olin stuff is super old. But what made you go Yamaha, number one? And then number two, with that super soft suspension, which like I can see why you would like it, especially if you're doing like a lot of demos and you're teaching people how to, like, number one, here's the wrong way versus here's the right way and stuff like that. I'm sure a plush setup like that would be really nice. Is this something, because you said you feel comfortable and you really enjoy the way the bike feels, is this like a different mindset and a different weapon than you would go to war with in like a supercross? Would you have, or motocross, whatever you want to, supercross or motocross, would you line up on a pro race with this soft setup and still feel as comfortable?
It's hard to say, because I think as I got faster, I would need a little more hold up, but not much more. For Supercross, it'd be different. You would need a setup that really has the hold up, so you're not blowing through rhythms. And
maybe
and
Supercross is not the right.
But that's a different sport. In Moto, I could probably. That's always what I think of when I hop on a bike for the first time. I won't try to. I try not to judge it too critically in the first few laps, because you will always feel pretty out of sorts. So I'll stay out there for 10, 15, 20 minutes. And then at that point, I always try to think to myself, could I take this bike to, how does it feel on this track? And then could I take it to a pro moto race? And what would it feel like? And I would say, yeah, I'm all about plush suspension. I don't really, the way that we teach, I've kind of had this whole theory around, we could have our own, TMA could have our own suspension settings if you ride with perfect TMA technique, because it makes you so light on the bike where you won't have the same settings as other people. You just end up being light on your feet. And I've gotten to so many kind of back and forth matches with different suspension setups and companies that I've worked with in the past of like, this isn't good. This is like, who would this be good for? Somebody that is like Alex Ray, just jumping into the faces of stuff, and he weighs 50 pounds more than me, and he just makes mistakes the whole time. I mean,
we love you, A-Ray.
Yeah. But this is how it's been. Every time I rode for a team, it was always, well, it's working for this guy. I'm like, well, I ride nothing like that guy. I remember when I first rode for the Club MX, it was Factory Metalworks Club MX Honda. It was the first Club MX team that they ever did. This is
but that bike was really cool though.
It was a pretty trick bike. 2014,
it was a super
and
trick
we started
bike. We got
with
some
Race
good results
Tech.
on that one.
And I remember Race Tech coming, and we tested at Club with me and Vince Freezy was my teammate. And they're like, Vince has tested with this stuff. Like, this is the setting. This is it. I rode with it. I was like, what is this? Unrideable. It was unrideably bad. And they didn't believe me. So I ended up getting rid of the Race Tech stuff. And then I went with JGR suspension. And as soon as I did, like, I got top 5, and I was killing it. But everybody is a bit different. I think when you ride with the technique that we teach, it makes you so light on your feet that you just need a soft setup. So I rode the Yamaha, loved it. I think I rated it at 9.7, made a couple of cool videos with it. And then taught class was amazing. Jumped, there was it was like a split lane rhythm section. So if you went on the left side, you could triple, which was pretty big on the left, or you could go on the right side and you could go double. but it was kind of staggered to where even the triple landing, the double landing on the right, there was still one more staggered way off to the right. So technically, if you came from the outside, you could transfer from left to right and make it a quad. And somebody at class said that they heard that one person had jumped it before, but you never know at class because people say that just to try to get you to jump something, right? And so everybody gets over there. We're not working in this section, but we're working the jump right after it. And somebody goes, "So you're gonna do the quad?" And I was like, "Yeah, give me my bike. I'll go look at it." And I hop on my 450, sight it up. I do the triple on the left hand side just to get the feel because I hadn't even jumped that yet. And then I created like the transfer line because it was such a transfer that I didn't really know where to go. And I didn't want to end up landing off the track to the right, or I didn't want to end up kind of grinding the edge of it on the left. So I did one run up just to get my rut worked in to know which direction I was going. And then I'm like, well, I'm just going to go third gear wide open and see what happens. And this is in front of 25 students. And outside, follow the line, third gear on it, wide open in the 450. Absolutely greased the quad perfectly. And I got like a nice round of applause from the students. And I didn't say it in front of the class, but I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I just got so lucky. The fact that I cleared that perfect was just complete luck. I just went wide open and hope for the best.
It just gets me so annoyed that like you can take so much time off and still ride and do stuff like this. Meanwhile, I'm like, come on, David, you know how to shift. You remember, right? Damn it, miss shift. You know what I mean? Dude, like and I saw the videos too. I think Ray sent some to the group chat. Shout out to Ray. And like, dude, you still have like the AJ Cat style. Like no matter how much time you spend off the bike, there's still like such a prominent, like that looks like AJ Catanzaro. You could remove all the graphics on the jersey, all the stuff. I could pick that guy out of a group of 100 people. And like, I like want like a signature style like that. I'm curious, who would you put in your top 5 as like people who exemplify like style? Like who is your like Mount Rushmore if there were 4 heads, 5 heads when it comes to like style? I'm super curious.
I'll tell you the people that I was emulating from the early days, off the top of my head at least. First, it was McGrath, but that would have been when I was on like 50s, maybe going on the 60s, right? Then it was, and that was a little bit of Pastrana too. Pastrana was the inspiration for me to want to just learn all the tricks.
Yeah.
Then, I don't know, then James Stewart had a big influence just because I wanted to learn how to scrub. So there was little things I would like to steal from him. And then, I don't know, there's some years that I kind of go blank on, but one person I really remember watching and wanting to look like was Josh Hansen.
Oh, yep. So I knew there was going to be like PC at least days, 2 overlap.
PC 250 days. Like watching Josh Hansen, I was like, oh,
dude, it was magic, dude. He was like Josh Hansen and Stu are definitely in mine for sure. I love MC. And there's one thing that Ricky did, which I think Stu did really well too, was just looking so cool when you drop the front going over a big table or a big triple or something. And I've always thought that was just like some of the coolest stuff you could do is just drop the front super low, perfectly downside that the jump landing into a corner or something. Always thought that was super sick. But dude, like, yeah, Josh Hansen, his style is, dude, it's like poetry, dude. It's like watching an artist work.
I want to say Hansen was the first person I ever saw scrub a landing. You know what I mean? Like in Supercross where you'll kind of like let the bike hang out there and then scrub it sideways, just like if you're about to catch the steep part of a downside.
Yep.
I want to say I saw him do that for the first time. I was like, what was that? And so then I just started practicing that. And yeah, he's the one that stands out. Hansen probably stands out the most out of anybody because he was also, that was a prominent time of, I was probably just about to turn pro or maybe just about to get on big bikes when I was watching him on PC Cowie. Yeah. And so there's a lot I copied from him there.
Yeah.
And then I kind of blanking on everybody else, but for sure my style was like I was blending a lot of those things. And it's amazing when you watch somebody enough and really just try to emulate and model one specific part of what they're doing, you can learn it fast. I learned this way of scrubbing. It almost looks like a butt whip, and I wish I never learned it from watching Cincerello when he got taller, and he did these like little scrubs where he kind of keeps his butt upright and he just does this little twitch.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that looks pretty effective. So I learned it, and now
Uh-huh.
I can't not do it. And I hate how it looks on
Mm,
me half the time. I'm like, I got to stop doing that. I got to go back to like my old school kind of more aggressive, more carving up the face type of scrubs, because I feel like it looks
yeah.
better. I actually was
Oh
practicing
man.
those a little bit yesterday.
Yeah, that's
Um,
I gotta work on scrubs so bad. Like honestly, like I almost want to fly you out just so you can like watch me just like and walk me through like just a day of scrub drills. And then like I need to get those nailed, dude. So badly.
we were working on him at the
So
end of the day
badly.
yesterday because our Vens is really, really trying to work on his scrubs, and I do
Mhm.
need. We need to find a good jump, which that jump was perfect for it. And need to get dedicate. It's almost like I should have like a scrub master class and just have people come in and just do it for a
Please,
whole day straight.
please.
Because it takes
I'm begging
repetition
you.
after repetition. Then you got to get everybody to sit down, watch the footage, and be like, okay, this is what you did. Then go out, same jump, and go
Yeah.
repetition after repetition. Our Vens was doing it too early, and
Mm.
barely too early, but it was just enough to where it was giving him that little kickback the opposite direction.
Ah, yeah. Yeah.
So we were trying to get him to wait a little later before he would do the movement. But
Mhm.
yeah, I will say, like, when I watch myself ride, even after long periods off, I still feel like I'm happy with the way I look.
Yeah.
Um, but scrubs are the one thing where I watch, I'm like, I need to, I'm just hesitant.
Yeah.
Right. And same
I would
with whips. Whips and scrubs kind of just, you got to
yeah,
practice them.
hand in hand, yeah. Dude, I honestly, if you came out with like a, "Hey, we're doing a tour, just a scrub class," I will be at the first one. I'm like not even kidding. That's seriously, I need it so bad, dude. There's times where like I come up to a face and I'm like, if I have to keep just like letting off or doing this, and I'm like, I know I could like scrub like shave so much time off my lap time if I just came in and was able to get them like I freaking used to. Cause like I swear, like I think you already pro at this point, but like what was it, the Youth 125A or something, whatever we used to race back in the day. I had them dialed, dude. I just remember Winchester just scrubbing, like super dialed. Still was getting my butt kicked by everybody, but at least I didn't look like a schmo like I do now. But dude, like I don't, I would pay a big sum for something like that. Because your boy is finally riding now, and I have to give you a lot of credit, AJ, which I hate doing. So shout out to you, and I think Premix Papa and Jamie, even GP, dude, he was super helpful with this one. It's like slowing down and going back to basics. I have had some of the most fun. I think I texted you this actually like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. Whereas like, dude, I was riding at 30, 40%, but holy crap, that I have such more of a better experience. And it made me love the new bike. It made me really enjoy the track. And I left feeling like, huh, I really feel like I executed the things that I wanted to, like standing up through corners, standing up and still getting low, which is very hard to do to get that balance, pushing through jump faces, setting myself up for certain sections, feeling flow, keeping the eyes up, all that stuff just became so much easier. And I actually had a much more fun experience as opposed to like, yeah, I just killed that lap time and,
Yeah.
nobody could touch me on the, like, it was just so much more fun and it made the next ride go even better. And I wrote with one of my buddies at the end, like, okay, I'll turn it up to like 80, 90%. It made that so much easier too. And I did want to do that. So I owe you guys a bunch of credit for trying to get me to slow down a little bit and focus on that stuff because it really does work and it really does make riding that much more fun.
Yeah, moto's a tough sport to break habits in because it is
Yeah.
so easy to fall back into the survival
Yep.
mode because it is a dangerous activity, right? And when you're in
Mhm.
that survival mode, you're not consciously learning and experimenting with new different things. You can't. And I think yesterday's class especially did a really, really good job of taking that advice literally, which was cool. And then at
Mhm.
the end of class, I got my first chance to ride a Ducati 450, Dave.
Ooh, talk to me, dude. Talk to me.
Yep. So I rode it right after, basically back to back with my Yamaha.
Uh-huh.
I rated it higher than the Yamaha. I gave it a 9.8. The thing was ridiculously good. It was settled. The front and rear worked together perfectly. Like
Mhm.
was able. I don't know if it was because it has Showa suspension. I don't
Mhm.
know if it was the Pirelli tires or what, but I had such crazy hookup in the turns. I immediately felt like I could sit earlier and
Yeah.
commit to lean angle earlier. Where on the Yamaha, I still felt flowy and it was fun, but I had to stand
Mhm.
deeper and kind of delay lean angle a little bit. more,
Okay.
which I found interesting. And then the power, I don't know what the power numbers are on the Ducati compared to the other bikes, but it felt crazy fast in the best way. It was really easy to control. You could ride it aggressively, almost like a 250 in certain spots, but it would just pull for absolutely forever. Like you could leave it in third gear for forever if you wanted, and it would keep pulling, or you could shift to fourth and it would just unlock a whole different ball game of like mid to top end. Everything felt good. The only thing that I was complaining about really is the seat is hard as a rock, which I'm okay with sort of, but I think if you just get a different seat on there, and probably my wing seat setup, then I'm probably going to get one. I think
I was just going to ask you, it's like, is it time to migrate to Ducati or what?
I think so. I mean, I'm Italian. It only makes sense. So yeah, maybe we turn the Yamaha. I do love the Yamaha though, but I don't ride enough. So it's like, let's ride the Yamaha for a little bit. We'll use that as a giveaway bike. We'll get the Ducati. I'll probably ride it twice. Then we'll give that away as a giveaway bike. And we'll keep the rotation going. But yeah, I will have an Insta360 video coming out. I think pretty much right away from that bike.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah, and it's cool. It's really cool. What was most deceiving riding them back to back is the Yamaha is so loud underneath you, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And what it does is it kind of disrupts it. When you get from that onto a different bike, it makes it very difficult to know, when the heck am I supposed to shift? Am I even going fast? Because it doesn't sound like I am. Where on the Yamaha, it just feels like you're going a million miles an hour the whole time, because it is right there. All the noise is right in that airbox right there. And when you twist like before I even got on that thing, I was just like blipping the throttle a little bit.
Yeah.
You could hear it sucking through the airbox.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just like, this is a beast of a bike. But yeah, Ducati.
Interesting.
Ducati, thumbs
I thought
up.
the
Go
first
watch
thing
the
you
video.
would mention is power, because like Ducati's known to make great power. They've got their Desmo engine, which had its own like rocker arm pretty much for lifting and closing the valve. So like they're able to just rev out like crazy. And yeah, their GP bikes are just they're monsters. So I thought for sure the first thing you would say is the power is incredible and it's like a rocket ship. But it's surprising the first thing you mentioned was handling. That's a sign of a really good bike. A lot of people tend to think that fast bikes make good bikes, but a good handling, well-balanced bike that inspires confidence and is predictable, that's lethal. That's where you get into some like, yeah, this bike's going to sell numbers.
And I don't know the weight, but it felt light and it felt narrow and it felt really flickable. Like I could scrub and whip that thing like nobody's business. So all of the qualities that you would want, especially in a 450. Yeah, highly recommend. You guys should try one. Ducati, if you're listening to this, send
Interesting.
me one, I guess.
So big tasks are get AJ a Ducati and then the scrubbing and whip masterclass.
Deal.
It's happening. It's happening.
Deal.
They're going on tour. Scrub tour coming 2026.
TMA scrub tour.
I just looked it up too. The Ducati's actually like 9 to 10 pounds lighter than the YZ450.
Wow, that makes sense. It feels it. It definitely feels it.
What's the price tag, EQ? I'm curious.
12K maybe? I don't know. Okay. I'd say worth it. I was in a mountain bike store again today. I've been like absolutely procrastinating on purchasing a mountain bike because the one I want in the store is $12,000.
Wait, which bike are we looking at for the mountain bike?
It's a specialized, it's like the highest end or the second from highest end specialized turbo Leva. So naturally it's going to be expensive because it's an e-bike, right? But it's not the S-Works, but it's the highest end one below the S-Works.
I still debate every year, and if I want to, is it the S-Works or Specialized Tarmac? I don't know if you had this frame or if Bryce had it. And then I still have my stump jumper that I built 1 mile on it, dude. Just collecting dust.
You still have it? Still
have it. That and the hardtail. So I have like that super sweet. I don't know how Mary got this frame for my birthday, but Specialized stump jumper thing is super sick. It's amazing. It just sits there and collects dust because I have no one to ride with.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason I'm delaying the purchase too. I have people to ride with, but I'm thinking to myself, will I ride this thing? Or it's tough because when I have free time, I always think to myself that I should hop on the dirt bike quickly and go into the trail on the dirt bike as opposed to a bicycle. But
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. Ethan, hit us with some coaching wanted. We're 37 minutes in. We'll do these for 20, 25 minutes. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. So yeah, first up, we have a question from Coach Premix Papa, and this
Ooh.
one is for you, Mr. Dave Drake. So I'm gonna let this one rock.
Oh man, I hope this.
Oh, the hotline.
Woo! Come on, Dave, be Dave.
Hotline's blinging.
Premix Hotline. This is Premix Papa. Dave Drake. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I did. I manifested it. Hey, quick podcast question. We have heard about AJ's experience with being a business owner. What has your experience been like with the collective experience being a business owner? Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, Premix Papa. Business question. Love it.
Shout out. I like Premix Papa. Love the guy.
Can I add a secondary question to that? Was the collective experience, Dave, for you? Was it your first time starting a business, or had you had a business before that?
No. So funny thing, I had a business in college building motors. So I graduated high school early and went to a 1-year tech program to learn how to like do engine overhauls and stuff. And then I decided I wanted to be an engineer. Well, I knew the whole time, but I really liked bike mechanics, and I wanted to like get like a certificate in that and learn how to really build an engine properly. So I did that between classes. I had my own LLC for that. I did that between classes to pay for books and school and all the other stuff. So I think that was actually one of the telling things that like maybe I should focus a little bit harder on school, because I was racing. I had just done a motor in between classes for one of my buddies. And it was a sweet 2-stroke YZ450. Thing was meant. I did a really good job building that motor. And I raced him the next weekend at Jolly, and he blew my doors off on my YZ450. And I was like, well, clearly I'm a lot better at building these things than I'm at racing them. So maybe I should focus on that in school and I should stop racing every weekend. So yeah, it wasn't my first one, but yeah, shout out to PMX Papa. Yeah, like I actually, funny story. I don't know if I ever got into the weeds with this one, but AJ was there when I first had the concept for it. So AJ, I forget, 2015, maybe 2016, you were racing MetLife, or MetLife or Boston. I can't remember which one, but yeah, we did track walk together. We were just hanging out for the day. I missed seeing my buddy. I was in school a bunch, and I was still in school. Missed seeing my buddy around, so we hung out, and like that was the first time I think you talked to me about like, dude, being a privateer is really tough. And I was like, man, I thought like just super naive, right? Like, oh man, you got to be rolling in dough if you're a professional racer, just like everybody else. And you were like, dude, no, it's like not that different than racing amateurs. You're just racing a different crop of people and the costs that are associated. And like, yeah, we were walking around, and I was like, man, that's too bad. Like, I want to be able to help my buddy and other people like him. And I was like, dude, I would have paid like, $500 to like hang out with my buddy today and do all this cool stuff. And I'm like, maybe other people would too. And I had just a back and forth, like a whole session with like Feld and me and AJ talking, and shout out to Jay and Rob Klingon and stuff. And we kind of formulated into what it is today. And we had a bunch of people sign on, like a bunch of riders, and we had a lot of fan experience goers for AJ at first. And then we kept getting like a lot of like, hey, it'd be really cool if like, I could get a job in the industry. And I was like, like, well, we know a lot of people because of the collective, I know a lot of riders. I'm sure we can make that happen. And we had an internship program. And before it was kind of like a lottery. You remember, AJ? We would do a lottery setup. Of
course I don't.
But we would do like a, hey, we're only going to accept like 20 people for the season or something like that, or 15, however, how many it was. And dude, it just immediately sold out. We had to go on live and like select the people on live, and it just blew up. And we're like, okay, we got to do it, bigger for next year. And just kept growing and growing and growing. And it's been the coolest part is being able to help people. And like AJ's had some interns where like we're on the line, like at a Supercross, and they're like, holy crap, I just walked by Chad Reed, or holy crap, it's Ken Roxon. And we're like, yeah, that is pretty rad. Because when you're in it every single weekend, it's almost like a job. and seeing them light up like that, it ignites your passion again. And yeah, just seeing people like nowadays, I walk through the pits and like I'm waving at different people on different teams, and I'm like, holy crap, they can be the program. Oh my god, that guy got a really cool job now. He's in the program and all this cool stuff. But yeah, it was very difficult at first. It's difficult to try to start something or carve your name into something, your niche or whatever it is, without there really being a direct blueprint, and hearing no over and over, and not having the validity behind your name or what you do yet. It's difficult. It's we had some bad ones where we had some pretty rough people come through the program, and yeah, and that stuff, I take that stuff personally. AJ will tell you firsthand, dude. I That stuff gives me sleepless nights, and yeah, it's very difficult. But a lot of the tenets that AJ teaches in the master class of like believing in yourself, having good mentors, having the people that you can trust and rely on, that belief in yourself, dreaming bigger than you thought possible, that stuff really does matter. He's not just blowing smoke. That stuff really is like what it takes to build a business and to be successful with it. And yeah, this is just the tip of the iceberg. I know the collective has so much bigger to go, and I'm ready for it. But it's been a lot of fun to just help so many riders financially, help so many fans get some cool experiences, and help people get jobs in the sport that we love. Like it's been really fun.
Yeah, to make it in owning a business, you just have to have unrelenting persistence. You just have to keep going.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
only
for sure.
fail
Yeah,
if you stop or give up.
exactly.
It's not it's yeah, and it almost doesn't get easy. It's tough at the beginning, but it's not like it really gets easier,
Doesn't get
you
easier.
know?
Yeah, the problems just change. Like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's it's difficult. Like TMA wasn't built overnight. Everyone thinks that like, oh, AJ Katz is overnight success. Like, dude, this is years of making no money, of getting one or two people to train with you, like maybe a month if you're lucky. Like it took a long time to build the name. It took a long time to get the credibility. Like it takes a lot, man. A lot of people said like, oh, the teammate thing is weird. It's blah blah blah. All the negative stuff. And now look at it, dude. And this is again, just like the collective. I'm sure you feel that this is just the beginning. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm really lucky to have the people in my corner that I do with the collective, and I'm stoked on how we're doing, and it's only going to get bigger from here.
Premix Papa, thank you for the question.
Shout out, dude. Love that
Shout
guy.
out to the Premix Papa hotline. Ethan, hit us with another one.
Awesome. So our next question is from Alex Panda, who we will actually be seeing in a few days. He said, when you find yourself falling inward after a setback physically or mentally, what do you do to get yourself back on track?
Falling
Good AJ
inward?
question.
Yeah, like after a setback physically or mentally, right? So getting hurt on the bike or having a hardship in life, what do you do to get yourself back on the right track?
So for me, I would say that it's less about judging yourself, and I think that self-judgment and categorizing something as good or bad is where you really get yourself into that position in the first place, and you can kind of end up in a dark place because of that. For me, and this is simple in concept but difficult to live this way, I am so like this to where it almost becomes unrelatable to others, because I do everything in my power not to judge. I don't judge others. I don't judge their situations. I don't judge things as good or bad. And so therefore I don't judge myself. And if I miss the mark, which, by the way, if you hear, in Christianity or talking about sin, I'm pretty sure that sin means miss the mark. Dave, am I correct in that?
Yeah, something like that. That's a pretty good interpretation.
So when I used to always hear people
Yeah.
talk about sin, I was like, well, what the heck is this, like, demons and like the devil type of stuff, or what does that even mean? But just missing the mark. So that's all it is. And missing the mark is not a bad thing. It's actually necessary, because that's where you learn. And that's where you download the information and course correct and become better. And that's it. hate to give such a logical answer to, an emotional question or problem. It's tough. I like every day I talk to tour manager Al, and Al has tough days sometimes, right? And for me, I almost feel like there's nothing I could say to a person in that moment to make them feel better. It's just, you need to surround yourself with the right people that are thinking the way that I'm describing, and you just need to keep going. I guess that's a good way to describe it too. Just like the business advice. If you just keep going, you're fine. What's the saying? If it's not all okay, it's not the end. What the heck is the saying? If it's not okay, then it's not the end. So just keep going. That applies for getting hurt. That applies for having a bad race in the dirt bike. That applies for a failure in business potentially, or getting let go or fired from your job, or a relationship falling apart. It's all the same. You have to, what is your perspective? How are you looking at it? How can you course correct, learn, and then just improve for the next time? That's it.
That's a really good question. Do you ever allow yourself to like kind of, I don't want to say a pity party, but allow yourself to feel down for a little bit of time before you do pick yourself back up, AJ?
I certainly used to. What I do now, I will catch myself sometimes being negative or frustrated with my team or the business. But I will very quickly catch it, because I remember in the moment as I'm thinking that, like, if I'm saying this frustration out loud or thinking it, I'm just making it true. I'm just making that a reality. So like, why? I don't need to focus on that. I need to focus on something else and a way to correct this and make it better. So, and that comes with practice. So yes, I'm human, right? I have moments where I begin to go down that path for a second, but then I have really good metacognition abilities, I guess, like to just be able to think, kind of step outside of myself, look at it and assess it. And then, this is all practice behavior. I wasn't that way before 4 years ago, but the last 4 years, there was something about when I started to learn and study and read and apply and then meditate and study some more and read and then meditate more and all of the things, it just, my identity changed very quickly, and my self-awareness went through the roof compared to what it was. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add to that? Panda, good question.
Yeah, that was really, really good question.
Ethan, hit us.
I was real quick.
Go ahead.
Yeah, just real quick. I just want to say the whole aspect you said before about like pushing through, that's just what I tell myself. I got a tattoo on my hand that says nothing lasts forever. And everybody always thinks it's like a very negative thing, but it's not. It's a testament to myself that you get through these hardships and you'll come out on the other side of the mountain. You know what I mean? So I just have to say, I really do agree with the pushing through, because these setbacks, whether it's physically or mentally, it's a learning lesson at the end of the day. If something went wrong, or you did something that caused a situation to go wrong, and you just need to learn from it and push through and then make sure it doesn't happen for the next time. So I totally agree with that.
Yeah, this too shall pass.
Exactly. And that quote you were asking for before was, everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end.
That's
so,
it.
Here we go. Shout out John Lennon, John Lennon. Sorry.
Is it? That's John Lennon?
Yes. Yep.
Wow. Shout out John Lennon.
We have a question from Bert Bellinger.
Ooh.
He says, #PodQuest questions. What does the rear... Sorry. Yeah,
hit us with that podcast question.
We're firing today. We are firing. What does the no rear brake? Oh my gosh, Dave Drakes. Jeez, what does the no rear brake drill help with?
Good question. Simple answer. No rear brake drill helps with roll speed into the beginning part of the corner. We actually worked on this at class yesterday. There was a little jump into a right-hand turn, and nobody could make the right-hand turn because they were too worried about braking. And so they're just jamming the brakes, skidding, and standing the bike up, and then stuffing themselves into the turn. And as soon as I had the class just get off of the rear brake entirely and just turn, I know that seems like obvious advice, but just turn your head, look through the turn, and with the brakes off, it'll free that bike up to lean. And yeah, no rear brake drill is a very, very, very easy thing to implement in a lot of situations. It's something a lot of pros do, because as soon as you start to try and go too fast, typically the first thing that you'll do is you'll either use the clutch too much or you'll use the rear brake too much. Yep. Good question. Great question. Hit me with another one, Ethan.
Next up, we have a question from Moto. He said, a thought came to mind. What is the most limiting factor of human anatomy on a dirt bike? And a follow-up question to that is, now you get to change one thing to make everyone more capable on a dirt bike. What is it?
Ooh.
Oh, okay. I'll have to ask you for the second part again. First part, Dave, I'm curious what you'll say. The first thing that came to my mind was femur length for some reason. So I feel like people that have short upper legs, the seat hits them in the butt really easily, and you lose a lot of your body's suspension travel. So I guess if you just have shorter, think of it as if you have shorter legs, or if you're shorter in general. I believe that the perfect height for a moto racer is 5'10" to 6 foot. I think is perfect. Old school, you know, the James and Ricky days, those guys were both pretty short. I want to say maybe 5'6" or 5'7". So it can work, but I think 5'10" to 6 foot is probably just about perfect. I think another thing that maybe is underrated would be upper back and lat strength. So being able to kind of like lift your arms up and hold them from underneath is a big part of being able to square that upper body and keep the elbows up, get the elbows up and to keep them there. It's not done with like your shoulder strength, right? Or your arm strength. That's done with your lats. So I think that, you know, somebody that has developed lats, that can be, what was that the question? What was the question?
The question was, what's the most limiting factor of human anatomy on a dirt bike?
Okay. So that was it. Dave, anything come to mind for that part of the question?
I would say core and like lower back muscles, if you were able to get them more, if they were more prominent, if they were like a bicep, or if they were like a pec or something, where it's just like a ton of just muscle that you're able to get bigger and bigger and stronger without its limitations. I think that would help so many people. Because think about when we do our stand-up drill, AJ, the first thing people mention is, oh, I can't do it for too long because of my lower back is burning, or it hurts, or it's weak. If you had just crazy ability to get like super ripped, like core with, you know, hold you up, allow you to just to be completely like disconnected lower and upper body, oh man, you'd be a absolute threat. That would be really, really good. And not like, you know, you need to be like a Arnold in the gym and all that stuff, but just the ability to just very easily build those muscles up to be very strong. Dude, that would be, I think, a game changer in my mind.
Good question. And what was the second part of that question?
So if you got to change one thing about somebody's human anatomy that could be universal to make everyone more capable on a dirt bike, what would it be?
Oh, okay. So I guess our answers answered that. Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah,
that's a good really question, because that does kind of go hand in hand a little bit with the whole "can girls be as good as guys on a dirt bike" conversation, right? Like if you're arguing that girls cannot, then what is it about them specifically that cannot? And at least when I watch on TV this year, not to go too much into the girl stuff, but I think that one of the limiting factors is height, for sure. A lot of the girls that I saw on TV didn't seem that tall.
I talked to Jordan 2 days ago, and we were talking about this. Like, she mentioned the exact same thing. Yeah.
Height, specifically.
Height, yep.
Yeah.
She mentioned height as being one of the big things.
And again, you can be fast if you're shorter, but I just think that to ride the exact way that I teach in the best possible way, and I don't want people to feel like, oh man, well, like, can I not do it now? But 5'10" to 6 foot, I feel like is really, really right where you want to be. It's where Sexton is, it's where Jed is, it's where Hunter is. It's where I am, Dave. You know, I had to toss myself in that list. Who else is really in that high caliber?
I'm like 5'9" and like just, you know, on a good day if the wind's blowing, if I didn't eat too much that day, I can pass for 5'10", you know, we can get there.
Yeah. Put an extra booty inside of your Tech 10s.
Put extra booty. Yep. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Well, we're in CDs now, buddy. We stepped up. We're now full Euro.
Oh, I'm thinking about switching. I don't know if I've talked about this yet. I'm trying to figure out with the TMA gear now. I'm thinking, okay, well, what helmet, goggle, and boot combination do I want? I texted Lee Halliwell this morning, who is one of my helmet painters. Shout out Lee. And I asked him if I sent him a picture of the older style Fox helmet, and it had a stock paint job on it. But I'm like, hey, would you mind? Like, could you paint this? I'm sure he'll say yes. I don't know why I even asked, but I kind of wanted to go that route. The reason I couldn't before was because I was signed with Fox, so I had to wear the newest shell of their helmet, right? But now that I'm not signed with Fox, I kind of just wanted to wear the older shell helmet just because it was like my favorite looking helmet. But then is it weird? And I won't have any Fox logos on there, so I guess it'll be recognizable that it's Fox. Those that know will know. But is it weird to have that helmet and Alpine Star boots? Or vice versa? Is it weird to have Alpine Star boots Fox boots and an Alpine Star helmet?
My dream setup, if I could pick for you, I would put you in Garnets, and I'd probably stick you with a Bell helmet up top.
I'm getting a lot of pressure to wear Bells lately. The TMA community is really pressuring me into Bells.
Yeah, they're not bad. I ride with a Bell Moto 9, I think, and I've got a 6D helmet that actually mine's getting wrapped right now, and I like them both, dude. I love the look of the Bell. Like, I will say, comfort wise, they're both really, really good. The 6D is really light, big shell, but really light. I love both of them, but the look of the Bell is pretty sick, man. I will say that.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. Chaz runs the Bell Moto 10, has some pretty sweet paint jobs on them, and like every time I'm like, geez, like, can I just like wear it to feel cool? Because I like the way the Bell Moto 10 looks personally.
They're pretty baller, dude.
I will say everybody has their own helmet that they like, for sure. Yeah. I think when it comes to other things, a lot of people can maybe agree that are all on somewhat the same page. When it comes to helmets, people are diehard about their brand helmet, which is cool.
Yes.
There's a lot of good ones. So I'm a little torn. I thought like the Alpine Star looked the most, but I do think I like the old Fox shell equally as much. And I have one or two of them in my garage. So I was like, all right, I'll just get those painted for now. Probably stick with the Fox boots for now. Maybe Fox goggles for now. But yeah, I do have to figure that out. Ethan, hit us with two more.
I have one more for us.
Perfect.
It's a two-part question, so it works out perfect. So this is from Sam570 in the app.
Shout out.
Today, AJ, I'm up to episode... Yes, yep.
Ooh,
I'm up to episode 152, and I have two questions for you. Just wondering when you're coming to Australia for some ride days, and also, what are your opinions on steg pegs?
Oh. Yeah, AJ, when are we going to New Zealand and Australia, dude? When?
Well, Moto Academy is going in 2026. Now... Am I going? I don't know. I think tour manager Ali just sent me a text. Maybe it's about that. We're looking, there's a ride park Victoria, maybe it's called. I think. Very, very cool facility. We were looking at that for a 5-day camp, which will be massive. I'm pretty sure that was going to be December of 26. So right at the end of the year, 26. If we can lock that in, I'd be pretty confident in saying that Allie, the family will make the trip over there for a little bit. Also, that just reminded me, Dave. Wait, so there was that question. Was there another part of that question?
Yeah, he wanted your opinions on steg pegs.
Oh, okay. Somebody asked me this at class yesterday. I don't mean to throw the brand under the bus, but from my experience, at class, I have ridden bikes with steg pegs maybe 40 to 50 times, all different brands, all different setups of where the steg peg was in the bike. If you ride with correct Moto Academy technique, with your toes in, with your heels dropped, the steg peg will be in your way. It'll be in your way. It'll actually, the hockey puck part of it will be right where your boot needs to just be making contact. Now, it's not, I guess, the end of the world, because worst case scenario, all it does is kind of bump that part of your boot out a little more. So if, depending on where it is, maybe it would bump your heels out a little more. So you would just be more pigeon-toed, which could help. But it doesn't do what they claim, what they market that it does, which is basically hold your legs in position. You would have to be riding with incorrect technique. You would have to be riding with either flat-footed with your toes far forward, or you have to be riding with your heels up to be able to get that hockey puck, I call it, the actual part of the steg peg behind the boot. I imagine that's what it's for, is to be able to get your leg in front of it.
Yeah, to lock in, right?
Right? Or maybe is it designed to go beside it, but I don't see why that would help. Yeah, from my experience, the 40 or 50 bikes that I've ridden with it, I just told the person to take them off because I'm like, that's just in the way. So that's my thoughts. But Dave, listen to this. So Chase Sexton shot the Kawi video in Hawaii. Did we talk about this yet?
We did it, but how sick was that?
Very cool, creative, different.
Yes,
that's the type of stuff I like. Yeah, properly like put thought into it. It was different. I liked it. Yep. But as I saw it, the very first thing I thought was, well, hang on a second, where is that? And I didn't know it was in Hawaii yet, but then I saw the water. I put 2 and 2 together. Then what really put me over the top is I saw the drone shot. Did you see this drone shot?
No.
The drone shot that Ryan Swanberg posted on his Instagram page. So go check that out. There's a couple drone shots. This track is on the beach. It is a beachfront track, and on one side is the hotel resort. On the other side is a beautiful golf course, and this is in it's on Kauai Island.
Is Kauai the big island?
I don't know. It looked pretty big when I was. So what happened? What had happened was, so I see this drone shot, and as soon as I see the drone shot, I'm like, wow, okay, that's where I need to be riding Supercross. Like, why wouldn't I train for Supercross like there, you know?
Yeah.
And then I just so happened to check Instagram, and Club Moto Kauai, the track, reached out and messaged and said that they really wanted to get Moto Academy involved. So that I give them a call. I go, all right, well, kind of pitching them a few concepts. I said, we have our 5-day camps. I don't know if that would work there, because I said, typically we need 80, 100, 120 riders to show up to those things. I don't know if we have that many riders on the island just yet, but I said, we are getting ready to pull the trigger and execute on the 3-day retreat concept, which will be a higher ticket price point, more of a mastermind. People can fly in, kind of almost like a corporate type of deal. Team building exercise for a corporation if they want to bring some of their employees in, whatever it is, small group, 4 to 7 people type of thing. And he loved that idea. So I'm like, okay, maybe we'll do our proof of concept for that at this track in Hawaii. But then the more I was talking, and then the more I talked to Allie, she just kept saying, yeah, why don't let's go there. Let's check it out. And if it's cool, why don't we just buy a house there and build a Supercross track like Sexton just had built? And train Supercross in Hawaii, and then just ride not East Coast, then just ride West Coast 250 Supercross. So yes, this is very early stages. This is just like an inkling of an idea, but the idea itself kind of made me giggle a little bit, because I just thought to myself, it's a very AJ thing to do, and it definitely makes sense. Everybody else is just in the middle of nowhere in South Carolina, or God knows where they're training, right? And I'm just in Hawaii doing my Supercross training on the ocean.
Oh, that'd be amazing. If you and Allie go for a concept and get that going, let me know, because Mary's been wanting to get the girls together, and she wants to do a vacation where We're doing Europe, I think, a couple times next year, but I would very happily add that on the list.
We're going from the week of February 15th. We have Barona Oaks camp in San Diego. So we'll spend the week out there for the 5-day camp. And then the week after that, so whatever the week is after February 15th, we're going to go straight out to Hawaii from there and spend probably 4 nights.
Do you guys have all the hotel stuff picked out?
Nothing yet. Nothing.
Okay. I will text Allie because texting you will be a useless dead end.
Yep.
And I'll see if Mary and Maeve are down for the trip, because that'd be great.
Yeah. So we'll see. That is top secret. So whoever listens to the end of the podcast, you just got some secret information, but all good. Guys, we did it. Hour 7 minutes in, episode 163. Look at us go.
Wow, that
We're
was
really clicking these things off.
I just had a thought. Yes, going back to the kit stuff, I would love the Bell helmet, but AJ, if we could get you back in an M2R, you don't understand how happy that would make me.
Do they still exist?
I don't know, but like, post a picture of AJ in an M2R helmet right here. But dude, that was such an AJ cat thing to have. That with, and you had spy goggles too, right? Back then,
spy goggles with the triple fin on the back of the M2R.
Yeah, that triple fin is one. Yeah, the triple fin, the spy goggles. And I only know that because Tony made
gear.
me.
I mean, I have to admit, I had a pretty. My dad brand, like I was a brand.
Yeah.
It was basically copied after. I wanted the spy goggles because of McGrath. I wanted the No Fear gear because of McGrath. Right? McGrath? Was he No Fear?
Yeah, No Fear. And Pastrana was M2R for a long time, right?
And then M2R probably came from me seeing Pastrana in the M2R. Yeah. Yeah.
The only thing I ever wanted. Yeah, Alpine Star boots, quintessential McGrath, Tech 8s. The only thing that I really really kept, because the only thing my dad would buy me were I had to have the pink Villapoto Scott goggles, like the PC days for Villapoto.
Yep.
That was the kit to me. And so after that, once I saw those, I was like, Dad, we're only doing pink goggles from now on. And dude, sure enough, my closet, bunch of old pink Scott goggles.
It's funny how random stuff like that will become somebody's signature, and then it'll catch on.
Yes.
Right?
Yep. 100%.
Yeah. Cool. We've done it. Thanks for listening, guys. Get inside the Moto Academy app. For gosh sakes, we're going to start restructuring the tiers, actually. So if you get in there now, you'll basically grandfather your spot in. But yep, that's it. I got to go eat. I'm freaking starving. Toodles.